Hi, my name is Victoria York. I'm a registered nurse and I have a presentation today about vaccines and Facebook regarding factual consumer data. Vaccine misinformation on Facebook. There is tons and tons of anti-vax groups on Facebook that continue to post untruthful statements surrounding vaccines, such as the fact that vaccines cause autism, they can kill you, or vaccines were just created to kill our children. Well, granted, there are tons of other health education topics on Facebook. Not always is the information reliable or factual. So how, as professionals, do we handle this? Counteracting false vaccine data for the layperson or the non-healthcare professional, or one that doesn't have much knowledge about healthcare in general, how do they know what's true or false? We, as professionals, should always be speaking the truth. While attempting to speak the truth, Facebook groups from our professional end should be created with the truthful data. In allowing this space and these groups to be created, it does create another, pro-vaccine group, but in the same turn, it allows a safe space for consumers to come and question vaccines and share their concerns and engage with us as professionals who would be engaged on the other end of this group to state, no, that's not true, or yes, that's true. Here's the information, and we would give them more resources or share those resources for everyone to see. In a three-step plan for creating these informational vaccine groups with the grant money, the first step would be staffing. Staffing is always needed to create a type of engagement or any type of true business setting. Step two would be initiating and starting the Facebook group with all of the factual information. And step three would be expansion, branching out from Facebook to other platforms of social media, such as Instagram, Threads, Twitter, TikTok, whatever it may be, expanding to other social media platforms to spread our factual and truthful information. Step one, staffing. Staffing can play many parts and many roles in how a company or a process functions. For creating a Facebook group with factual information and engagement, you would need nursing and or healthcare professionals or a combination of both. Those professionals would be responsible for getting the information from the CDC or WHO or Department of Health to create the wording for the informational posts that would be shared to the consumers of the Facebook group. The nursing professionals would also be responsible for fact-checking concerns or posts made by these individuals to see if there's any validity in the concern of the post so that can also be shared with the other individuals. And also, again, the responses with factual data. You would also need clerical and or representative type staff. Those would be the people who are actively checking the Facebook, engaging, sharing posts, commenting on posts, and reporting concerns as necessary to the professionals. This post needs to be reviewed. Somebody said X, Y, and Z, it needs to be fact checked. Or we just got a notification from the CDC that there's a new X, Y, and Z, we need a new post created. And we would also need social media staff, those with creative backgrounds, web, text, internet, platform creating staff. They would be there to create the groups, make sure it's created in a way that it is user friendly. It makes individuals want to engage, wants to come, wants to share the knowledge that we're posting. And then they would assist with expansion to other platforms later on the line with the same regard. Step 2, Facebook groups and social media. This would be once we have the post created and the plan of this post goes first, we have all the staff in place, the actual creation of the Facebook group, the posting of the truthful information, creating the safe space, getting followers, the engagement on our posts, and ensuring that it's always monitored so we do have the engagement with the individuals, the factual responses, and creating a big enough platform in this Facebook group to move on to step 3. Step 3 is expansion. It's the last step of the initial process. And it's taking all of that initial data and information and posts that we've put in the Facebook group and moving to other platforms. Sharing those consumer-friendly social media posts that we've made from Facebook, and depending on which platform we move to, would depend on what other posts that we needed to create to make sure it stays consumer-friendly and social media appropriate. And this would just expand on the truthful information around vaccines that we'd be spreading to all individuals. In conclusion, factual vaccine information is beneficial to all. This entire process and the grant money would be spent on creating safe spaces for individuals with concerns or questions who may not know to look on the WHO website or how to navigate the CDC website from one click to the next to a different page and a different pamphlet, and it becomes overwhelming and they cannot find what they're looking for. It's something direct where they know that they're going to be engaged with by a professional, or their questions are going to be passed on to the professional to get a true answer that can then be shared with everybody in that group. And then expanding to other platforms also then hits a wide range of consumers. We have aged from teenagers to elderly who engage on all different types of these platforms. So all of this information would be spread across the lifespan of people, giving them information that they may have not had access to or may have been misinformed from something else. And as healthcare professionals, we do have the duty to supply truthful, factual, the best information that we can to our patients or consumers or someone who questions us to make sure they can make a well-informed decision.